Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. I thought what I'd do is draw something from start to finish and just kind of record the whole thing and talk a little bit about what I'm doing. But turn the sound off if you don't like that. So I have an idea, and I've got a new document, and I make it square for Instagram. And the first thing I do in my layers is I just add a new one, and then I'm just going to start sketching it out really rough. Here we go. Usually what I do for each element that I'm drawing, I'm going to start a new layer just so I can work it up on its own and move pieces around if I need to. And usually so I can scale it, because I don't always draw at the right scale right the first time. I'm gonna erase his eyes. They need to be smaller. This is the hard part, so I'm not really sure where to put this. That's why I sketch first, because it's pretty rough. And I really need this part to read well. I think what I'm going to do is make a new layer for that one. That works. Whoa. Okay, so now I'm going to merge those and kind of move him where I want him. About right. And so because this is like two guys or two frames of basically the same guy, what I usually do is just make a duplicate, and you can drag duplicate things like that. And then I just go in and change what I need to on this guy. It's a bit of a cheat. I am okay with that. So now, because that's up there, I'm going to move both of these layers down so they're even with each other. And I just change a few little things. Boom, whole new drawing. Okay, so now I've got the final drawing. Actually, not the final drawing, I've got the final sketch. So what I need to do is make this kind of knock this back a bit so that I can add a layer and then draw over top of it for the final drawing. So the way I do that is I take all the layers, and these are the 3 layers that I've got that are these 2 guys in that line. And on Windows it's Control E, Control E, and that merges the layers down. So now everything is on one layer. Okay, and then I take the transparency down to like 10%, like that. And then lately what I've been doing is taking that layer and making it kind of blue so it's a bit more faded back. So I colorized the layer, so it was black, and now it's red, and there it's a bit blue, so you can see it kind of fades away, which is what I want to trace over. So now what I do is a new layer over top that I can draw the final one on. Testing that out. And boom, there it is. So let's do that. I'll zoom in just so I can see what I'm doing. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my wife in the 5:15 whistling in the background. Now she's saying sorry a lot for some reason. I don't know why. I like it when she whistles. Alright, so I got my first guy. I'm going to select him. And copy him over here. Just like I did the first time. To do that, I gotta clean it up a bit. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do is add some color. So I need a new layer. And color. I'm going to pick a color. I'm going to make it red, because red's good. I think for this one I'm only going to add some color, not too much. And if I'm not doing a lot of color, the other thing I do is I tend to add a little bit of shadow. So the way I do that is I add a new layer, and I set the opacity on that layer to 50%. And then on my brush, I make my brush also 50% opacity. And then I kind of space the brush out a little bit like this. And I turn on transfer, so that when I draw, it comes in kind of rough and light, and just like just a little bit. I don't want a lot, I just want a little bit of shadow. Like that. A little bit of cleanup, because I don't want to do that part twice. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cheat again. Boom. Those are both done now. And this one I don't mind kind of doing myself by hand. So you can see it's just subtle little bits. So now I need to change the brush back to the way it was. So I do that, close up the spacing, turn off the transfer, and then it's just a solid brush again. A little bit of that. So I'm looking at it and thinking, I think I am going to do some more color. So at this point what I usually do is I just pick a background color to work off of. So I just take that white background and I colorize it under hue and saturation. And I darken it. And I just kind of pick a color that works. That feels pretty good. And another layer. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do, I don't know if I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to try some crazier colors. Which I was always really uncomfortable with color. I didn't really know like complementary colors or any of that stuff, but my wife, Angie, is not afraid of color, and I watch her work and I think, well, maybe I'll try it. So I've been doing some more colorful stuff lately because of her. And it's been working out. It's kind of cool. So we'll see how this looks. It may distract from what I'm trying to, like from the joke, but we'll see. So really loose, blocked in color. Like, I'm not super concerned with getting it perfect yet. Oh, you know what I'm going to do there? I don't even need that. I'll do what I did before. And I'm just going to get this guy right. And when I got this guy right, I will copy it over. So a shade of that one on a new layer. I like to keep all my color layers separate, because that way I can adjust them separately. And then I can order them too. There, that's better. Ba-boom. And I can kind of do the squint test on this and see if it works. It's okay. You can try messing with the hue. It takes too much away from the flag. What if I did that and then I changed the background to like that? And then I adjust this one. Yeah, that works. I'm just putting some white underneath this one because I just want white there. I just want that to be a gray shirt. Alright. I'm gonna go in and clean up the layers. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. And we'll zoom in just to see what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, if you have a bunch of layers like this and you're kind of flipping between layers all the time, I would suggest in the move tool, which is this guy up here at the top, that you turn on auto select. up here. Now, any layer that you click on becomes the active layer. I didn't find that out until, I'm going to say 6 months ago. And it blew my mind. I think Angie's in the background saying she knew about it already.
No, I don't.
Oh, no?
No, I'm like, you never showed me that.
Oh, really? Well, you got to watch my YouTube.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's a really good way for navigating between layers. So if you guys want to see more of this stuff, more of you people who are finding me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to write down the address in a bit. Alright, that works. Now, a little white for the eyes. Not bad. Now, on this layer, what I'm going to move to the top, but underneath the outline, I like to do this. A little layer for highlights, like that. Just helps make everything stand out a bit. Okay, so that's my highlight layer. What else have I got? My skin tone, my shirt color, my hair color, my eyes, and that red, so which I don't need. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these channels. What's happening? Over there, just like that. So now they're duplicated. And I need to move these around a little bit to get them in the right positions. Like so. And then I'm going to have to obviously touch up a few of them to get rid of the ink where I don't want it, because in the parts that are different than the other one. So it's a little bit of cleanup, but it beats redrawing all the color. And again, this tool saving my life, auto selecting the layers. Boom. So I can go in and clean up all the little areas I need to, and then once I get into a layer, I just sort of like eyedrop select the color on that layer so I can match it. So if I have to paint in some extra bits, there it is. Here we go. And that is that. So, I'm going to take all this, I'm going to package it up, I'm going to turn that off. So if you want to see more of my stuff, more of my work, you can go to Sato Chicken. .com. And if you want to find me on Instagram, it's Jeff.Coates. And on Facebook? Oh, so much social media. It's the same. It's Jeff Coates. It's just Jeff Coates.
Sato Chicken.
Oh yeah, no, it's Sato Chicken. I don't know who I am anymore. Sato Chicken on Facebook. That's where I am. Come find me. Hope you liked it. Have a good weekend.